What's going on, guys? Austin here. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the Extra Points Week 11 5-minute fantasy, the booming and busting tight ends. So I like this week for Taysom Hill to go off against the Rams. It's the right type of defense because the Rams play a very straight up style of football, and it just feels like a Taysom Hill game. If the Ram or not the Rams, but if the New Orleans Saints want to win this matchup, they're going to need Taysom Hill to go off. And I mean, of course, they want to win. They're not trying to tank. The division is still within their grasp, which is crazy. But more importantly than that, they don't have their own first round pick. They basically gave that up, for a package to end up drafting last year Chris Olave and Trevor Penning, who unfortunately hasn't played this season. But that's neither here nor there. George Kittle at Arizona. Arizona is just horrendous at covering tight ends. And I think that, with their ability to take care of the run just a little bit, George Kittle seems like the guy that's going to be going for a lot of these catches against the Cardinals. Cole Kmet against Atlanta. Now, Atlanta is not great covering the tight end. None of these teams on the boom side are great at covering tight ends. But Cole Kmet, I think, has kind of slowly started to become Justin Fields' favorite target, which is kind of weird because he's like the third best target on the team, but that's whatever. I think there's going to be a higher scoring game. I've said it all week, and I'll say it again. So look for Cole Kmet to be getting, chunk yards, receptions, maybe even a touchdown. And then Gerald Everett, as long as he plays against Kansas City, that feels like the matchup to me. I think that if Keenan Allen plays, he's going to be on a snap count. Mike Williams probably won't play. And, the other guys, they're not really the kind of guys that you want to rely on in the pass game, like Josh Palmer and DeAndre Carter. Like, they're good, but they're not great. And if Kansas City, gets up early, which, I mean, they're not always a great first half team, but sometimes they are. If Kansas City continues to score just throughout the game, I don't expect Austin Ekeler to have a huge role in this, game, except for maybe, a couple plays on third down, receiving out of the flat. The bust side, Mark Andrews, I think they're just going to be extra careful with him coming back from the injury, even though he did miss a game and had the bye. There's just no reason to rush it, especially when Isaiah Likely, who I called, is having a really good rookie season from the tight end position, in the few games that he's played. T.J. Hockenson versus Dallas. Now, Dallas just has really good edge rushers, and I think TJ is going to need to stay in the game more as a tight end. Now, that is going to put him on the field more, so he might score a garbage time touchdown, and this could look like bad advice. But the matchup versus Dallas, it's not favorable for him as a pass catcher. Tyler Higbee at New Orleans. New Orleans is, for some reason, the best defense in the league at covering tight ends. A lot of that probably has to do with their addition of Tyrann Mathieu in the offseason, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, Matthew Stafford's going to be running out of targets to throw to. I think that the target this week is going to be Allen Robinson, not Tyler Higbee. And then Pat Freiermuth, some of the same reasons for Cincinnati. So, with Chase Claypool leaving, the targets that Cincinnati needs to guard kind of drops a little bit. And because Cincinnati is really good at guarding the tight end position, I don't think Pat is going to be one of those targets. So that's it for this tight end matchup this week. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay up to date on all of our future content.